offensively, I thought we kept battling and battling and battling. And, I think 12 hits is a lot against a really good team. So I was pleased with the 2 wins.
All right, go ahead and open up for questions. We'll start things with Brett.
Hey, Coach, congrats on the 2 wins. Senior day for Claire with the big 3-run home run. Can you kind of speak on what that meant for you and for her and what she's meant to this program?
Well, for the team, it was just unbelievable because, when we do these, we try not to make it, there's so much pressure involved. And obviously the young lady has probably a lot of people from friends and family and hometown. And, we're going to love them no matter if they get a hit or not on their senior day. And we want to make sure that they realize that. But obviously when they do well, it's really special for everybody in the program. And, obviously there was a lot of mudita for Claire today, especially with the home run. But she hit the ball hard consistently all day.
Go ahead, James.
Murph, this is, let me see, this is like the 3rd time where a senior's hit a home run on senior day. I think last year Taylor Clark got one, and then Caroline Hardy got one the year before. What's with these senior days and just the girls going yard on this day?
Well, James, if you have been at all of those, you need to keep coming back. You hear me? So your butt better be here next year too. I don't know. It's just, I'd like to hear what Claire has to say. It's just, you never know, because some days they just have a great day and then other years, it's not. But like I said before, regardless, we're still going to love them first and foremost. And obviously she had a really good day. So it's a lot more fun when they do, believe me.
Go ahead, Katie.
Hey, Coach, you touched on the 12 hits, but also 10 runners left on base. So what needs to be done with more timely hitting for the offense?
Yeah, if you have a way to teach that, I'd love to know it, because it's the hardest thing to do. And obviously Maddie Morgan got a big one, I think in the bottom of the 6th. That was a big run. It was really good base running by Cat Grill to go from 1st to 3rd, and then Maddie got the rip. So, but when you're facing really good pitching and defense, obviously that 2-out RBI is the toughest thing to do in baseball and softball. And it's just a battle of will between the hitter and the pitcher. And I think, I'm really happy with the 12 hits, obviously, and having a lot of people on. It could be the other way around. So it's probably a little bit of nerves and more relaxation in the box just to calm down and see ball, hit ball.
Go ahead, Robert.
Hey, Coach. Can you, you spoke about Claire's performance. Can you speak about Kaylee Tao's performance and what that's meant? Because she's been rolling this weekend and the whole season kind of.
Yeah, she had another really good game today. I think 3 for 4 and hit the ball hard. I think the opposite field double, it might have bounced off the wall, which obviously she just barely missed a home run. But I think with her is she's swinging early in the count. And a couple of years ago, she would get to 2 strikes and then decide to swing. So I'm really happy that, especially in a run producing spot in the lineup, anywhere from 3, 4, 5, 6, those are run producers. And when she swings early in the count, it's usually a really good thing. And I think might have been the first game they're kind of running together, but she got the first 2 RBIs, I think, in the first game, but it was on the first pitch. So I'm pleased with her too.
Go ahead, Brett.
Hey, Coach, in 7 games now, you guys are outscoring opponents 16-0 in the first inning. Kind of speak on how nice it is to get an early lead, especially when your pitching is going to be so dominant day in and day out.
Yeah, it's awesome. And obviously the 6 runs in the first game was really good. But, with the first run today, I think Bailey Dowling got the RBI. So for a freshman to come up big against, again, a really good team, it's good for her because as a freshman, this is all new to her. And the more she can get into those pressure situations, the better she's going to be in April and May. So she's just touching the surface of what she can do.
Back to James.
So, sorry. So the question I had was about Alyssa Brown. I mean, I know you love having some speed at 9, but for her to hit over 700 this early in the year, it's got to be a really nice boost for your team right now.
It is. Thanks for telling me that. I didn't know that. In years past, I've always said I really like a surprise in the 9 spot. And I don't think she's that much of a surprise because she's a 5th-year player. But, we tried to expand her game a little bit in terms of just sitting and hitting instead of slapping all the time. And I think tonight was a pretty good example of that. And, she can swing away. She's got some pop too. So when maybe another opportunity with the bases loaded or second and third, you might see that later on this year. But, I think also she's a lot more relaxed. There's no socks in the top drawer with her. She's just very see ball, hit ball, and using all her tools, which is awesome to see.
Go ahead, Robert.
Coach, you spoke about Dowling's performance offensively, but what stood out to me was her defense. She looked very heads up in situations when getting the out at third, I think in the last inning, and on a close play to second, earlier in the game, she tossed it to second base instead of going for the first sure out. Can you describe to what she brings to the shortstop position?
Yeah, just very athletic, really good body awareness. Like that play at the third, I've seen games lost on that exact play. So, kudos to her and Claire. And then the one at second, Sav and her were very close and she had to throw it hard and she did. And thank goodness Sav caught it. But you're right. Most kids would have gone to first just to get the sure out and not to get the lead runner. So just very athletic. We're blessed with, some really good athletes this year and people can mix and match and play all kinds of positions. In the first game, we had 3 different people on the infield in different spots. So we're really blessed in that aspect.
I'll give the last question here to Brett.
Hey, Coach, you touched on Maddie Morgan's big time hit to give yourself, your guys a little bit of insurance run there at the end of the game against LSU. Her, Cat Girl, Jenna Johnson, we saw a couple different girls that we haven't maybe seen as much at the beginning of the season. Can you kind of speak on how nice it is that for you to throw them in the lineup, them to kind of come up big and a couple of times here in these 2 games?
Oh yeah, it's huge. And after the first game, I'm glad you brought that up, Brett, because, Maddie I think she only had 1 at bat coming in. And I told the team before, I said, hey, Maddie's going to get a start. And Claire moved over to the short and Bailey went to second. But, she could have pouted. She could have been envious. She could have been Debbie the Downer. She wasn't any of those. She kept her head in the game. And when she got her opportunity, she took advantage of it. You saw that she missed a grand slam by this much. That would have been even more incredible. But, in the second game, she gets another hit and that was a big RBI. So, she shows a lot of maturity for everybody else on the team that, okay, when I get my opportunity, I'm going to take advantage of it as well, just like Maddie did, tonight. So that's, experience, leadership, and somebody that's been around for a while. So I really appreciate her attitude.